what are some key strategies you use to provide exceptional customer service?
You know, th- there is no secret sauce to amazing customer service, in my opinion. But I'll just share with you a couple of the things that we do. Right? It is you have to communicate. You have to communicate, over communicate. You got to pick up your phone, right?
Yeah.
And to be honest, most loan officers can make a career out of just being available,
Yeah.
right? Whether that's being available over the weekend or making sure that you pick up that phone, call people back in a timely manner if you happen to miss them, right? Um,
Some
because
people say the best ability is availability.
100%, you'd be shocked at how many phone calls we get that they try to start a loan with someone else, right? And they're like, yeah, I don't know. I haven't been able to get a hold of that guy in a week, right? There's no out
Jeez.
of office voicemail, no whatever. And so I think, yeah, to your point, Bo, availability is gigantic, right? So being available, communicating the important things and the hard things, either verbally or in person, not copping out with a text or an email to say, "Oh, hey, I know I told you your rate was going to be this, but it's actually this. Okay, bye." That
Yeah.
you can't do that. You have to have the hard communications, um, or the important communications. You have to have those either in person or over the phone. It's not a as much as in this day and age everybody wants to text and shoot a quick email. That's fine. You can recap, but you need to have some face to face, belly to belly, some over the phone communication with the hard things. One and I will say part of the over communication process is one of the things that my team implemented years ago is we do what we call a statusgram every Tuesday. And so every Tuesday we communicate to in any given transaction that we have. And we're not always perfect with this, but we try hard to be. We communicate with the buyer's agent, the seller's agent, the title company, any loan coordinators or anything like that are involved with the transaction. We have a little statusgram form that we fill out every week, and we kind of give them a timeline of appraisals ordered, appraisals back, initial conditional approval, and then we'll comment we should expect or we're waiting on this from the borrower, expected to have it this week, and we'll resubmit for final approval. So every week they're kind of getting a milestone of that where that loan is in the process. And it comes as an attachment, so it's not an automated email that's sent from our systems are great, but sometimes just that personal, like they can tell when it's automated, shot out of one of our CRMs or whatever, versus like, look, I'm just sending you an email with that. So
Yeah.
exceptional customer service to me is over communicating and being consistent with that communication, right? And then always being available, right? And then the follow up plans is part of it too. But just by being available and communicating throughout the process, it's during that process that you're going to turn someone into a super fan, right? After the deal is done, there's not a whole lot that you can do to change their perspective of how the deal went.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
that's my thoughts on that.
I think that is an amazing strategy, honestly, because coming from someone who's been on the consumer end, communication is huge, and you have questions and you want your LO to be available to you and to answer those questions. So I totally agree with you there.
Well, and one other last tidbit I'll add is that the efficiency, like if you're going to be a long-term successful loan officer, you have to you have to be a master of your craft. You have to know the ins and outs of the guidelines or where to find it, how to structure a deal. And you can't be somebody who's going to constantly be pushing deadlines. That'll never work with your referral partners. You'll burn out every processor, every underwriter, every manager that you ever work with if you're constantly chasing your tail. So I think part of that strategy of amazing customer service is being incredibly thorough and honest with your client on the front side and saying, "Hey, I'm not going to send you out into the great big world to get pre or to put a home under contract unless we absolutely know that we can get you a loan. And to know that, I've got to have this, and that up front. And we're not even going to talk until we have that information, right? So not putting the cart before the horse and making sure that we're just really open with our communication with them and what we have to have, and then having your back end efficiencies dialed in such that you're not going to be operating behind a timeline, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I love that, man.